Yeah.
Tell me, guys, tell us, which ones are you guys looking forward to the most?
Yeah.
And why? Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. It's your boy Chosen Wizdom.
And it's your girl, Divergent Curl.
Yes sir, and today we are going to go through the list of up and coming MCU projects for 2021. Now this year is apparently going to be the biggest year in the MCU's history with 10 projects to be released. Now, we are already watching one project, which is WandaVision.
Yep.
And if you guys are interested to find out what we think of WandaVision, hear our discussions, our breakdowns, please go and check out our previous videos. Before we start, guys, please, as usual, smash the like button, turn on your notifications, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe below.
And you know what, guys? We realised we haven't really checked in with you guys for a while, so we just wanted to see how you're all doing, how you guys all holding up. Everybody's in different countries, in different states and cities, having different experiences, especially with the pandemic. So hope you're all cool. Let us know how you're doing. And I actually have a question for you. Based on your mood today, which MCU character are you?
That's a good question. What is your MCU mood? Let us know. Comment below.
Mine's Thor. Thor Ragnarok today. I'm Thor Ragnarok.
Why are you Thor Ragnarok?
Because I'm ready. I'm ready to mash some people up. No, I'm not really. What mood are you?
What mood am I? I am Hulk mood.
Ooh.
Smash everything in sight. I'm joking, guys. Okay, so let's get into it, guys. Here are the 9 up-and-coming projects from the MCU for 2021. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, this one will be starring Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan, who will reprise their roles as the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And picking up from the events of Avengers Endgame, this series will reportedly deal with Sam deciding to pick up the shield and the Captain America name that Steve Rogers has donned. The series will also star Emily Van Camp as Sharon Carter, and Daniel Bruhl will reprise his role as Zemo. And of course, Zemo is the man who brought down the Avengers in Captain America Civil War. We also know that Wyatt Russell will join the cast as John Walker. Presumably, he will be positioned as the replacement Captain America while Sam deals with this responsibility. Both Sam and Bucky will also attempt to reintegrate into mainstream society. The release date for this will be the 19th of March. How this fits in the overall MCU? Will the lead characters have to register with some sort of government agency? Are the Sokovia Accords still in effect? What is the consequence of Sam and Bucky's decision in Civil War? The one thing that I can't wait to see is the relationship, the bromance between Sam and Bucky. Because we know there is love there, but at the same time, they can't stand each other. So I'm interested to see how they develop that relationship going forward in the series. We cannot wait to watch this one. We have already reacted to the trailer. So if you guys haven't seen our reaction yet, please go and check it out.
The bromance that we all need.
Who that is, the dog? Reggie! Who the fuck is Reggie? Came to take Megan out. What you want, nigga?
By the end of that series, Sam will officially take the mantle and he will emerge as Captain America, surely. But we will see, guys. We can't wait to watch this one. Black Widow. Now, this film features David Harbour as Alexei, aka the Red Guardian, Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, Oti Fagbenum as Mason, and Rachel Weisz as Melina. Now, this one is actually set after Captain America Civil War, and we see Natasha Romanoff essentially returning to the Soviet bloc to deal with certain unsolved issues. What we do suspect is that this film serves as passing of the baton from Natasha to Yelena Belova, who we all know is the next Black Widow. Black Widow will be released on May the 7th. How this fits in the MCU? Well, we know that Nat's already dead.
Yeah.
So this is essentially just about passing the torch, setting up phase 4 for the other heroes and propelling the other heroes.
Yeah. This movie was due to come out in 2020. It was supposed to like precede the Phase 4 TV series coming out. But because of the Rona, things have been delayed.
Loki TV series. Tom Hiddleston will return as God of Mischief, Loki. The story will follow the version of the character who escaped from custody in Endgame with a Divergent copy of the Space Stone. And it also seems that he might get access to time travel. This will be the perfect opportunity to delve into the topic of multi-timelines in the MCU. This one also stars Owen Wilson, Sophia DiMartino, and Gugu Mbatha-Raw.
This Loki series might have repercussions or impacts on Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness, which we know WandaVision also feeds into.
Yeah. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, most casual comic book fans might not have heard of this, but this film will be based on Marvel's 1970s comic book, The Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. In the comics, Shang-Chi was the son of a legendary literary villain, Fu Manchu. Marvel announced the full title and the cast, which includes Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, Awkwafina, and Tony Leung as the real Mandarin, who was teased in Iron Man 3. So how does this all fit in the MCU? The Ten Rings is a crime league that many of you know were responsible in the kidnapping of Tony Stark in the first Iron Man. What problems are they going to pose, and how is Shang-Chi going to take them down? This one is out July the 9th. I don't know a lot about this new hero. I can't wait to find out who this person is, to find out his backstory and to be introduced to something fresh, something new.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing actors like Awkwafina, who you guys might know from things like is it Ocean's 8, the female version of Ocean's 11.
The female Oceans.
Yeah.
The Eternals. Now, if you're not a comic book fan, you might not have heard of the Eternals. The Eternals are a race of super powerful immortals who have lived on Earth for centuries. These superhumans, immortals, have been engineered by the Celestials to harness vast amounts of cosmic energy. The film will center on an Eternal named Cersei, played by Gemma Chan, with the powers of flight, strength, immortality, and molecular manipulation. The film will also feature Marvel's first attempt at including gay characters, as Henry's Phastos will reportedly be married to a man and raising a child alongside him.
One character that I'm really intrigued and excited to see is one of my favourite actresses from The Walking Dead. She plays Connie in The Walking Dead. Her name is Lauren Ridloff. She is going to be the MCU's first deaf, hard of hearing character. And now Lauren is actually deaf in real life as well. So this is actually an important moment for representation in terms of for people who are disabled and people who are deaf. Now Lauren is reportedly going to be playing a character called Makari, who in the comic books was depicted as a white male who was not deaf. So this is a really interesting recasting and reimagining of the character. And I believe the director, Chloe Zhao, actually said that she believes in inclusivity and representation and that why couldn't they expand the characters?
How does this fit in the MCU? The Eternals and the Celestials are some of the oldest and the most powerful creatures in the universe. They have basically seen and heard everything. It is also rumoured that Thanos is himself related to the Eternals, thanks to their colonization of Titan. We've already been introduced to the Celestials. Peter Quill's father, Ego, played by Kurt Russell, self-identified as a Celestial.
Also starring in the movie, we got the two best Stark brothers. You know who they are. We got Salma. She doesn't even need to say her last name. Angelina. We don't even have to say her last name. And someone I'm kind of excited about, Brian Tyree Henry. Now, some of you may not know who he is, and if you don't know, you need to know. You need to go watch his catalogue of work. And in particular, he plays Miles Morales' dad in the most recent Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
That character, the scene with the door in the bedroom. Oh, it's such a great movie.
Scene, yeah.
It's the best Spider-Man so far.
This one is looking special.
Yeah. Ultimately, one thing I would really like to see is for the Avengers and the Eternals to team up at some point, because that is just, no pun intended, out of this world, literally.
That would be sick. But I think in the comics they do actually work together in the comics, I'm pretty sure, guys. What have the Eternals been doing? You know,
that's true though. If they've been on Earth.
If they've been on Earth, have they been putting their foot up, chilling, in lockdown, like...
Bonfire night.
5th of November is when this one is out, guys.
Spider-Man 3. This movie will see Tom Holland reprise his role as Spider-Man. Whilst we still don't know the entire plotline, we do know that Jamie Foxx, who played Electro in the previous The Amazing Spider-Man 2, has been seen on set. Alfred Molina, who played Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2, is also been spotted on set. And at the point that we filmed this, we knew that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire were in talks to potentially appear, which is where the hype has been created around multiple Spideys potentially being in this particular movie. We also know that Benedict Cumberbatch has joined the cast and will be reprising his role as Doctor Strange. His presence in the movie has also fueled speculation that there will be some elements of a multiverse combining in this movie. How does it fit into the wider MCU? Well, Nick Fury might have some big plans for Peter. It's rumoured that this movie may feed into Marvel's Phase 5, which could be dealing with things like multiverse instability. And obviously, this Spider-Man will not be truly complete without my guy.
That would be so amazing.
Yeah.
To have Toby and have Andrew Garfield and everyone together. That's it's going to be crazy.
Because imagine how Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man is going to interact with them.
Yeah.
He's going to be like all up on them, all joking, all kind of being silly. It will be hilarious.
Yeah.
Imagine they cartoonified and brought Miles Morales as well.
What If? Now, What If is Marvel Studios' first array into animation, and we will see each episode addressing a different outcome to key MCU events. For example, what if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers? What if T'Challa became Star-Lord? These questions will all be answered in Marvel's first foray into animation. Based on the classic Marvel Comics title, What If? Jeffrey Wright will play Uatu, the Watcher. This will be released summer 2021.
Whenever Marvel does decide to make a Fantastic Four movie, whether or not Uatu will be in that movie, because he is also part of the Fantastic Four storyline, or they're part of the universe as well. Quite an important being. Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to this one because there is not a lot that we know. So it's all brand new.
Yeah. Hawkeye. The plot of Hawkeye is expected to see Clint Barton training up new Hawkeye fan favourite Kate Bishop. Vera Farmiga is reportedly joining the show and will be playing the new Hawkeye's mother, Eleanor. And newcomer Alaqua Cox is going to be playing the deaf assassin Echo. The character of Yelena Belova, the new Black Widow, taking over from Scarlett Johansson, might be featuring in this series also. This series will almost certainly deal with the ramifications of the time that Clint spent as a Ronin after Endgame.
I do want to see them address Clint's time as the mercenary Ronin, and find out what he was doing and why, where his mind was at, because he was totally distraught. He lost his family. So if we can see that side of Clint and explore him when he was in that space, I think it will be very, very interesting.
Yeah, how he slots back in with his wife and children, similar to Soldiers of War. He thought they were gone for good, so he might have relinquished a part of himself. So it will be very interesting to see how he acclimatizes back with his family. And we know Jeremy Renner is a badass actor, so he's going to be able to just really capture those emotions.
Yeah. Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel, not to be confused with Captain Marvel, is based on a Kamala Khan character created in 2013 by Sana Amanat, Stephen Wacker, and G. Willow Wilson. The series will introduce the popular teen Inhuman to the MCU. This series will star Iman Vellani in the leading role as Kamala Khan.
The plotline, from what we know so far, will centre around Kamala, age 16, living in Jersey City. The movie serves as a prequel to Captain Marvel 2. Ms. Marvel is due out towards the end of this year. I'm really excited for this movie, not just because I come from a Muslim background. It's going to be amazing to see a Muslim Pakistani superhero. This is an unknown actress who was cast in the role, Iman, and it was actually due to the popularity of the comics, which were only created quite recently, that this fan favourite is actually coming to our screen. So it shows what the power of the people can do.
Power of the people, baby. I'll be interested to see if this has the same cultural impact as something like a Black Panther. It will be very interesting. But yeah, this is unique. This is different.
It is.
And this is what we want to see.
So that will be interesting to see that depicted through a child, through a young person's eyes or lived experience. So thank you guys for joining us. That was the rundown of what's coming up this year. We haven't touched upon Doctor Strange, that's next year. We'll do that video later on this year. Of these TV shows and movies, what are you actually looking forward to seeing? What would you be interested in us breaking down and reacting to the most? I think we're going to react to all of it and watch all of it, but do you have any particular faves or shows that you're thinking, yeah, I would like to hear a bit of your perspective or start some conversations amongst all of us about?
If I'm totally honest, the show that I'm looking forward to the most is Eternals. Because it looks saucy.
Yeah.
It just looks oozing of sauce.
It's epic. It looks epic.
First and foremost, the Eternals themselves are epic. They're epic beings. And not only that, the cast sounds epic.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
looks epic. I'm not somebody who's read every comic book, but I was a fan of the Eternals when I was a kid. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one.
The ones I can't even decide between them, but obviously can't wait to see Bucky and Sam. I don't know, Bam, Sucky, hashtag one that we'll figure it out along the way. Also cannot wait to see Ms. Marvel. That is interesting for me.
Yeah.
A character that's created recently that's been fan faved, so that's what's getting it pushed out to actually be made into a live action show.
People spoke.
Yeah, I like that. People
And
power.
you made it happen.
And Hawkeye, I need to see. I really like his character. I find his character very interesting, so that's going to be interesting.
Okay. She has her favourites, which seems like all of them.
Yeah.
Tell us, which ones are you guys looking forward to the most?
Yeah.
And why? Is this good for Marvel going forward to have their characters on the small screen? Who knows? Would it make their characters less valuable on the big screen? 2021 is looking to be a great year. Year. If you're an MCU fan, if you're a Marvel fan, and we will be reviewing, breaking down, discussing every single title that we have mentioned here today. Don't forget to smash the like button, turn on your notifications, and subscribe for more content like this.